Judges chapter 6. In this chapter, we find Israel is in bondage to the Midianites. An angel appears to Gideon and calls him to deliver Israel. He overthrows the altar of Baal, the Spirit of the Lord rests upon him, and the Lord gives him a sign to show he is called to deliver Israel. Let's go. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and for 7 years he gave them into the hands of the Midianites. Because the power of Midian was so oppressive, the Israelites prepared shelters for themselves in mountain clefts, caves and strongholds. Whenever the Israelites planted their crops, the Midianites, Amalekites and other eastern peoples invaded the country. They camped on the land and ruined the crops all the way to Gaza and did not spare a living thing for Israel, neither sheep nor cattle nor donkeys. They came up with their livestock and their tents like swarms of locusts. It was impossible to count them with their camels. They invaded the land to ravage it. Midian so impoverished the Israelites that they cried out to the Lord for help.
We are the Midianites. Amalekites, let us go and invaded the country. Let us go and destroy the Israelites' crop.
Let us go and camped on the land, and ruined the crops all the way to Gaza. Not spare a living thing for Israel, neither sheep nor cattle nor donkeys.
Oh yes, we must come back with their livestock and their tents like swarms of locusts. It will be impossible to count the camels we will take from them. Woman, today we are destroying all of you Israelites.
O the Almighty Lord, the God of our forefathers, please have mercy, please deliver us from the hand of our enemies.
O Israel, listen, the sovereign Lord has had your cry and has sent me to deliver this message. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought you up out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. I rescued you from the hand of the Egyptians, and I delivered you from the hand of all your oppressors. I drove them out before you and gave you their land. I said to you, I am the Lord your God. Do not worship the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you live. But you have not listened to me.
The Lord is with you, mighty warrior.
Pardon me, my Lord, but if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all his wonders that our ancestors told us about when they said, did not the Lord bring us up out of Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hand of Midian.
Go in the strength. You haven't saved Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you?
Pardon me, my Lord, but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family.
I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites, leaving none alive.
If now I have found favor in your eyes, give me a sign that it is really you talking to me. Please do not go away until I come back and bring my offering and set it before you.
I will wait until you return.
Gideon went inside, prepared a young goat, and from an ephah of flour he made bread without yeast. Putting the meat in a basket and its broth in a pot, he brought them out and offered them to him under the oak.
Take the meat and the unleavened bread, place them on this rock, and pour out the broth.
And Gideon did so. Then the angel of the Lord touched the meat and the unleavened bread with the tip of the staff that was in his hand. Fire flared from the rock, consuming the meat and the bread, and the angel of the Lord disappeared. Alas, sovereign Lord, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face.
Peace. Do not be afraid. You are not going to die.
So Gideon built an altar to the Lord there and called it the Lord is Peace. To this day it stands in the front of the Abiezrites.
Take the second bull from your father's herd, the one 7 years old. Tear down your father's altar to Baal and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. Then build a proper kind of altar to the Lord your God on the top of this height. Using the wood of the Asherah pole that you cut down, offer the second bull as a burnt offering.
Listen to me, my servant. Tonight we have to tear down our father's altar to Baal and cut down the Asherah pole. Let's go before morning lest they see us and stone us to death. Let's tear down all the altars in that store, don't leave anything. In the morning when the people of the town got up, there was Baal's altar, demolished, with the Asherah pole beside it cut down and the second bull sacrificed on the newly built altar. They asked each other,
Who did this?
When they carefully investigated, they were told, Gideon son of Joash did it. The people of the town demanded of Joash to bring out his son. He must die, because he has broken down Baal's altar and cut down the Asherah pole beside it. Are you going to plead Baal's cause? Are you trying to save him? Whoever fights for him shall be put to death by morning. If Baal really is a god, he can defend himself when someone breaks down his altar. So because Gideon broke down Baal's altar, they gave him the name Jerubbaal that day, saying, Let Baal contend with him.
Now all the Midianites, Amalekites and other eastern peoples joined forces and crossed over the Jordan and camped in the valley of Jezreel. Then the Spirit of the Lord came on Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, summoning the Abiezrites to follow him. He sent messengers throughout Manasseh, calling them to arms, and also into Asher, Zebulun and Naphtali, so that they too went up to meet them. If you will save Israel by my hand as you have promised, look, I will place a wool fleece on the threshing floor. If there is dew only on the fleece and all the ground is dry, then I will know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you said.
And that is what happened. Gideon rose early the next day. He squeezed the fleece and wrung out the dew, a bowlful of water.
Do not be angry with me. Let me make just one more request. Allow me one more test with the fleece, but this time make the fleece dry and let the ground be covered with dew. Your wish is granted.